Hello darklings, my name is Sanniz, I'm a Swedish Eldergoth, and today is actually time for a Q&A. But first we take your intro and see you soon.
Sanniz, a Swedish Eldergoth, not just a one box.
Hello darklings, my name is Sanniz, I'm a Swedish Eldergoth, I'm Generation X, I'm born 1968, so I'm 57 years old. And I thought it was time to do a Q&A, and I haven't done it for a long time, but this is my makeup look for today. A little more than I usually do, but I thought today I wanted to be a little special. And it's great weather too, so I don't need to have that much unnatural light on. So I'm happy with that. So I hope it's not gonna go forward and backward with the sun and everything. So I hope it's gonna work. But let's start, because I got more questions than I thought from the beginning. And I'm first gonna start with, this is a very long one, so I'm not sure I'm gonna say everything, but it's Megusha Donovan Ricardo Megusha that asks, when you go to work, can you wear your Goth outfit? Is my question, my dear sweetie. And no, I can't, because we have a dress code and it's the working place clothes that we have to use. But happily for me, it's black clothes, so at least that bit. But I don't go with a lot of makeup, and I don't make myself that pretty either, because I only take on my eyebrows and little mascara, that's all, because it's way too early, and my work is at work where you go very sweaty and you go even dirty, and it's that type of air when you work in a big warehouse, work with the car parts all the day. And yeah, I don't go dressed as a goth to my work. The only thing you can see is my piercings or some bits of my visible tattoos if I had that type of clothes, but that's all. I'm not dressed as goth at work, because we're not allowed to that. We need to use our work clothes. Then we go to John, that is the health anarchist, and then the question comes, have you had dogs or cats before as pets, and would you ever want pets in the future? Yes, John. Already when I was a kid we had a lot of different pets, mostly dogs, but also fishes, and I used to hang in the stables and in some farm places too. I help with the cows and the hens and that type of things. But after I moved from home, I actually got cats. I had 3 own cats, and I had dogs, and also 2 guinea pigs for a while. So yeah, I had animals. Sadly, when I moved after my divorce, that is a long time ago now, I couldn't have any dog or cat with me, so I had to leave that behind, because it was not allowed when I moved in, and I needed to move really fast. That was a critical time in my life, and my mental health was very bad during that time, so I didn't have any chance to do it. I had to go in one go too. So, and you asked if I wanted to have pets in the future. Yes, I should want to have it, but it's very expensive right now to have a dog, for an example. All cost is so expensive, so it's ridiculous, even the insurance. And when I go to vet, just take the ordinary shot for every year to protect them from different sickness, and that costs a lot. And having a cat is not optional where I live, because I can't cat secure the home, because we need to have the windows open and that type of things, and I can't build it in a safe way, and the highway is way too close. I know there are people here that live here that have cats outside, but it don't even take 2 minutes to go down to the highway. So if you have a cat, John, as I know you have, and if you let it out, you know that they have a very big territory where they are on. So I don't want to take any risk to have my cat under a car or something else. And sorry for the lighting. It's the sun goes forwards and backwards, but I was hoping it should be a little more stable. So then we go to see first. I need to go to the questions, and then is Adam Canvana 2567 that asked 3 different questions. We start with number 1. How and when did you and Trevor meet? I'm curious what brought him to Sweden. And he actually wrote Sverige, that is the Swedish name for Sweden. And we met on internet, actually on Twitter, when it was called Twitter, and started to talk there first as friends. I was still married when we started to talk, but I was on my way out from that thing, but I didn't have the mental strength to do this last push to get away. But after that, we decided that he should visit me in Sweden, and I think that was around 2015, and he came over, and it shows out that we liked each other much more than we thought. And after a while, after visit to UK and that type of things, and he coming here to visit and come back, we decided that the easiest way was for him to actually move here, because I still have a lot of things that I haven't been rid of since my divorce, so it was easy for him to get here. And after that, he been lived here. It was a pain in the ass to get him into all the systems when he moved here, because it was not that easy to be an immigrant even from UK, and that was just before Brexit. And then Brexit came, so we had very much paperwork before, but now he is a Swedish citizen, so yeah, that's the way it went. We started to chat on internet. And 2, do you prefer goth rock or death rock? If I need to take a pick, that I should say goth rock, yeah, because, you know, Sisters of Mercy and that type of thing. But I do like some death rock too, don't take me wrong, but if you need to pick some special part, I say goth rock. And number 3, which modern bands do you think will be successful in the scene, and which one do you think will phase out? Twin Tribes, I think, gonna last for a very long time. I don't know if you count She Passed Away like it newish, but for me it's a newish because I'm an old person, and they have lost so far and it's still very popular. And we got Vision Video that seems to be very popular, and I think even Colix can manage very well. Darkways I think can manage pretty well too. And sadly, the band that might not last, that is the band that is much more smaller. I can't name drop that right now because my memory is so bad when it comes to name, and I don't want to sit and try to find what I'm listening on YouTube just to say those small bands. But if you have seen what I post sometimes about new bands and that type of things, that is that type of bands that maybe don't have that much listener, and they maybe recently started, just a few years maybe in the baggage or luggage or whatever you say, and sadly they might disappear if they don't have that big break together with a bigger band or something, or if something explodes inside the gothic subculture so make them be a hit over the night or something so people remember them. But I don't want to name drop that thing, and I don't want to be judged, but at least I could tell which band I think gonna stay for a long while. And cheers back to you, Adam. And then is he loves horror, that is Brandon, and he asked first if he could ask, but he took very long things. I'm not gonna go into the deep with everything, but I'm gonna see if I can find the questions in this log, because he writes so long. Nothing wrong with writing do long things, but we need to have a stop here because it's gonna be hard for me to edit. So I'm gonna do just a quick pause and coming back. And that's just for my editing, because else it's gonna be a little arsy, even if I don't think I'm gonna do so much. But yeah, see what the first question is. What is your favorite of the big horror genre franchises? It's a little hard to tell, but I'm old-fashioned. It's everything around Exorcist, Alien, and that type of movie. Terror on Elm Street, and you name it. Yeah, if you have talked with me so much, you should know by now. And all the vampire type of things too, you know. As well as possible few reasons why. No, I don't go into why, because you should know I've always been into horror and I love that type of things. I'm not that keen of some of the new ones because they are boring. I don't like remakes, for an example. I think some things are supposed to be what it was, because it was already that good from start, so you don't have to do a remake. It's just that they don't have an imagination anymore. Do you collect physical media, music, movies, or both? I used to, but I have given away the most of it because I don't have room for it where I live. So that's the sad thing. But I guess the closest you can come right now, maybe it's this little cutie. Is that answer enough? He warms my back lid on this pallet I'm sitting on. And list the famous city and or country that you and Trevor wanna travel to in the future. We have said Transylvania, and do I have to mention why? And I should also want to go to Prague, to the Bone Church there. So you see, and of course to lots of other things. But you wanted me to list just something, so I'm not gonna go into everything because then this video gonna be forever. What are some of your favorite clothing items to wash and wear on a regular basis? If it should be on regular basis, it's mostly the more comfier one because those are more easier to put on and I don't have to think if I need to be careful with them, because the worst thing if I go out with something that is a little more fancy and you take velvet or something or a lot of lace, you can be stuck on things, the rips and that type of things, or it goes too hot or whatever, or they're not made for it. I have gone with a big velvet skirt during winter time, and when the snow started to melt and that type of things, and that was not fun when it was dragging in the snow too and started to go wet, and then it go cold and it started to be icy in the ends too. So I should say comfy clothes is the ones I use mostly, but what is comfy clothes for some? Some of my comfy clothes might be like this type of things. It might be comfy for me, but it's updress for others. And then you have much more updress. And of course we have the more extreme ones too that always dress up in a certain way. But I don't have the energy anymore. I'm old. I think I have done my part at least. I don't have to prove myself, if you know what I mean. And is there anywhere in the North America that you like to travel into in the future? Yeah, it's a lot of places, but right now I don't think I'm gonna be allowed because I have my point of view for different type of things about things that happen there. But if I should go there, I should go to, for an example, California, of much reasons. But I should also want to go to the different places that maybe have a little bigger goth scene to just see how it is in US. Because that should be fun. But I should want to go to Germany too in that type of case, and even to UK in the goth scene, because I haven't directly been in the goth scene in those countries. So no matter what. And of course I should also want to go by the ocean and see if I could see great whites from the beach or something, because I follow for an example the Malibu artists from California that do amazing drone videos about white sharks, for an example, but even whales and other stuff. So see if there's any more question. There's a lot of question from Brandon. He also wondering what do you think of other subcultures such as punk and heavy metal and death rock, horror punk, etc. Actually death rock I count into the goth scene because it's one part of it. So for me, punk and all the other things you were mentioning is nothing strange for me, because when I grew up like a little kid or teenager and that type of things, that was the kids I was hanging together. We didn't have that many goths. I think I was the only goth back then, but I didn't know what I was. I just didn't fit all the boxes for the other ones, but I could still listen to the music and we hang together, and that was we told us that as long as people are nice, I don't care what you listen to. It's you. It's not me. I listen to what I like and you listen to what you like. It should be like that. We should respect each other, that we don't have to be just the same all way out. As long as we're nice and respect people. That's the main thing. I wonder what I was dropping. Oh, the little one fell to the floor now. Poor him. And say real quick in the video if you admire other aspects of them, such as notable musicians or fashion icons from said cultures. They're gonna take too long time, but I guess you already know that the Misfits is one of the punk band that I like. And of course you got I don't know if you count skate punk to that thing, but then it's like Green Days and those things. I like to listen to them too. It's a lot of things. And then you have the visual thing too, like when it comes to some of the metal bands, especially when it comes to gothic metal and other type of metal like Death Stars, the 69 Eyes, and those, I do like them. So it's the aesthetic thing. As long as it have that thing I do love with the darkness and little more horror type of things, vampires, you know, that's what I like. And also, if you want to do an on-Goth confession really quick during it, I love to hear it, as I really miss those from other Goth YouTubers. I'm not gonna take so much, but because it's soon Halloween time and everything, I must confess I'm not into pumpkin spice. Is that un-Goth enough? So now we're gonna go and see which is next person. So then we go to Century Countess 4949, and they are writing, Gothhugs, I had 3 questions. 1. What is your most treasured item? What is a dream place, local or in a different country you wish to visit in the future? Visit in the future. I can't even read now. And 3. What is fun food you recommend trying? And we start with number 1, the most treasured things I have. I should say probably should be my eggs. All my eggs and some of my Goth stuff. Of course, I have some courses and that type of things that is more treasure thing because I'm really careful with using them. I don't want to destroy them because there's so much money involved. And I have some shoes too that I don't use that often. So I even repaired one that actually the sole started to go off. But that is just material things. Else, as you say, my partner. I know I'm not that cool person maybe. And then it's what is a dream place, local or in a different country you wish to visit in the future. I would like to say some of the Goth festivals abroad, because I've never been to them. I only seen that in videos and that type of things, or have people that have told me about them. So that should be one thing. But of course, I should want to go to the different countries to meet up with all my lovely people, like you, for an example, Countess, because that should be awesome. And Star Raven, and you name it, and Nightmare Bliss, you name it, Jane Wilkes, and so on. It's so many I should want to meet for real. So there should be a lot of trouble. I should need a lot of money to do that too. And 3, what is fun food you recommend trying? Fun food for me, that is just tacos, Asian food like Thai food and that type of things, or I like Greek food. They do a lot of good food there, and it feels a bit more healthy than go to some of the other type of fast food restaurants and that type of things. I'm not that much into them, so fun food for me is like tacos or whatever, or go eat some Thai food or Greek food or Turkish food and that type of thing. Turkish food, yes. So now we go to Red Velvet ASMR. What is your beauty makeup routine? I don't really have that much. I don't use that much makeup when I work. So, you know, if I have most of the days it's work days, so it's not that much makeup really to take off. But I lately bought those sponges or whatever you should call it, that you just need warm water. You don't have to have a makeup remover. So I use that with warm water and like soak off my makeup, if I could say so. And even the mascara that is waterproof go off, even if it takes a little while. And then I also wash with a little soap. And after that I moisturize. I use a certain cream around my eyes because I have eye problems that make them swollen very much. So I try to do that to help the skin. Plus then I have just an ordinary skin cream, or what I should say, that works for 24 hours, that is also have some SPF in it, because you need to protect your skin to the sun, even if I'm not outside that much, because I work when as soon as that time of year I'm not gonna see the sun, because it's gonna be dark when I go to work and then it's gonna be dark when I go home, so you see it. But I don't do that much really when it comes to skincare. I'm very bad when using face masks and that type of things. I should need to do maybe that a little more, or just drink a lot of water too, and don't use too much alcohol and smoke too much, because that can affect your skin too. And eat proper food, because that is important to have a great skin. So then we come to Metal Music Maniac. How did you get to be beyond beautiful? The scale only goes up to 10, but you are an 11. Thank you very much. I don't see myself as beautiful, because I think a lot of other people are much more beautiful than me. But I haven't done anything. I'm just me. So if you think this is beautiful, so you're welcome. And then we go to Denise O'Connor, 2490. For what are you the most proud of yourself? Most proud of yourself. That is, I'm actually still me. I haven't changed just because I have been aging. I'm still the same in Goth. Maybe I'm not looking as extreme like I did when I was younger, but I still listen to the same music. I still love the same type of things. I still should love to go up and dance to the music with friends and meet them up in some places or that type of things. I still love to dress up like it. Plus, I still have my little thing for FX makeup too, and the most grown-ups don't like it. So I guess a little more like a child still when it comes to that type of things, but I'm proud that I am still me, and I'm proud that I accept people for being who they are as long as they show me respect too. So you know that part. Then we got to Vilma 2U1. How did you get started on YouTube, and hope you have an amazing day? How I did start, I don't remember, so it's so many years back, and I don't think I started like for being actually a YouTuber. In the beginning, it was actually to follow different accounts like Black Friday and Angela Benedict and those, and just find new music really. And I did put out some videos now and that, but it was not like that. It was first when I moved over to my old hometown again after the divorce for over 10 years ago, when I started to put up little more videos. And after that I started to think maybe I should try this, even if I'm not gonna live on it because it's just a hobby. I'm never gonna be that good like some of others. So it just started for the main reasons I wanted to be able to find music and that type of things. And back in the days it was a little more easy to hang on YouTube too. And I think I have finally reached to the last question for the day, and that is from Stray Leopard Glam, and say, what's the most beautiful city place you have visited? That is really a hard time. If it came to Sweden, I always loved Gothenburg, and when it comes to places, I always loved to be on the beach, close to the ocean. So that really don't matter really where I am. I also like to be in the forest, especially if I'm close to somewhere where you can hear like water running and that type of things, and you maybe see the wild animal life too at the same time. So, and I have been directly up north since I was 17, where my father is from. So, because I don't directly have my roots from this part of Sweden, because it's only because my parents moved down here before I was born. I'm born in this part, so my roots is not really from this part of Sweden from the start. But if it comes to abroad, what should I say there? I've been on different places and I love them of different reasons. I was a backpacker when I was younger too, so I was traveling through Europe and even to Paris. I should say that big cemetery there, I always forgot the name, but you know that where all the famous people are, and even the singer for The Doors, Jim Morrison. I've been there, I've seen the grave, and that is an amazing place too if you like that type of things. And I loved UK, and I wish I could be on more places there because I haven't been everywhere. Wales was fantastic to travel through, but we were not directly in that because we only went there for meet friends in one of the cities there. But I do like Whitby, where they have the Gothic weekend, but I've never been there whilst been a Gothic weekend, but I have been there twice, and that is a magnificent place too, and you can really get that vibe from Bram Stoker and why he got his inspiration for Dracula, for an example. But yeah, it's different places. I did like being on Lanzarote too when I was really young. I don't know how much it have changed since I was there. But in the beginning I thought it was not that cool looking when I came there. I was thinking, oh, it don't have so much greenery and that type of things. But after a while I got used to that thing, and I thought actually it was beautiful in its own way. And I did enjoy coffee too. And when I was to that little village that was called Pelicas, that I really like too. But of course it's a lot of places that is beautiful in different aspects too. But this was all. I hope this video wasn't too boring for you and that you are satisfied with the answers and the questions, and you maybe understand that I can't go into details on every question, especially Brandon that write this long. It's like reading a novel or something and try to answer with a bigger book or something. It don't work if you're gonna keep people interested for a while. It should be just more a little fun thing and maybe a little on the top of everything, so you know a little more about me. You can ask next time on something specific and get answer on that part instead if I do another one Q&A. But else, if you're new to my channel, I do a lot of different I can't even speak now. I do a different type of content, I should say, and not just about Goth. I travel, I like animals, I like old places, I like music, I like fashion, I like thrift shopping, I like to do hauls, you name it. I do a lot of different things. I have even talked about my journey when it went to my weight loss, because I had a bad sleep apnea. So I did the gastric bypass. That was the only thing that could maybe help me, and it did. But I also got this other bonus that I lost a lot of weight, and it's now over 2 years since I did my surgery. So I'm happy that it have worked. So it was the 14th of September 2 years ago I did this surgery. So now it's over 2 years when you see this video. So it's fantastic to see what the surgery can do for you, and no more sleep apnea, no more high blood pressure. So yeah, if you like a lot of different things, now I'm just rambling again. So please consider to subscribe, press the notification bell at the same time. And for all Darklings and Eternals, love you all. Thank you for your support. You're the best. And give me likes and comments, but you don't have to be rude if you don't like me or my content. You can just swipe away. There's a lot of other things on YouTube that might interest you more. Else, stay safe, stay weird, and be nice to each other. Love you all. Thanks for watching. Bye.